With the release of the first Shift, EA managed to steer the Need for Speed franchise away from its crash course with mediocrity. It straddled the uneasy no man's land between arcade and sim racing, and it did so with real conviction. Until Hot Pursuit so noisily burst onto the scene late last year, Shift could lay claim to being the best game in the series for years. Now it's back, with a pocket full of new tricks that mean it's going to try and wrestle that title back from Hot Pursuit. It's rare to find genuine innovation in the racing genre, but the all-new helmet cam makes good on its promise of delivering the most immersive driving experience yet. It's more than a new perspective, it offers an all-new sensation, and whereas past racing games have cast you as the car, Shift 2 Unleashed may well be the first game to let you play as the driver. As in the first Shift, colours bleed from the screen and the depth of field shifts dramatically as the car approaches maximum speed. This time out, the camera is framed by the driver's helmet, and it subtly moves in the approach to a corner, turning attention to the incoming apex. It's an evolution of Shift's dynamic camera, and as far as improving immersion goes, it's extremely effective. It also helps that Shift 2 Unleashed is a very handsome game. Car models are uniformly pretty, and it's a beauty that can be satisfyingly savaged by the game's damage system. Get too intimate with an inanimate object and wheels will fly, bonnets will crumple, and the cars will convincingly eat themselves. The detail of the cars is matched in Shift 2 Unleashed's beautiful backdrops. The track listing is a mix of the real and the fictional, but even some of the blander licensed circuits look great when bathed in the orange light of a setting sun. When that sun sets, it gets really exciting. Driving by night requires a completely different skill set from driving by day, and picking out corners in the all-encompassing gloom can be exceptionally tough. It's just a shame that day, dusk and night couldn't be blended together to create changing light conditions, or indeed joined by the kind of dynamic variable weather that features in other racing games. For all its shine and bluster, the real proof comes on the track, and Shift 2 Unleashed continues its blend of arcade and simulation elements when it comes to the experience behind the wheel. Slightly Mad Studios have catered a little more for the sim crowd of this game, and the all-new Elite Handling mode offers a more serious-minded take on driving. It still falls some way short of Forza and Gran Turismo. There's an uneasy lightness in the car's behaviour, and often their wild lunging will leave you feeling out of control. The difficulty is blunted with the usual suite of assists, though the sensation isn't. Shift 2 Unleashed's cars are terrifying, no matter what level you race them on, and this game can often feel more like survival horror than driving sim. It's something that can make going wheel to wheel with other cars particularly tense. Shift 2 Unleashed's AI isn't quite as aggressive as last time, and often let it put up a fair fight, but they can still frustrate. Tailing drivers will sometimes disregard you at a corner, sending you face first into the nearest gravel trap. When you're several laps deep in a key race, it's hard to find the funny side. Moments like this make you wish for the rewind feature that's been creeping into other racing games. Thankfully, there's a decent sense of progression to keep you plugging away. Smartly, the XP system from the first Shift has been streamlined and works much better as a result. Leveling up unlocks new events and earns new cars, and as ever, there's a certain amount of satisfaction to be had in taking a standard road-going car and turning it into a thoroughbred racing machine. Just as compelling is the Autolog feature, which after Hot Pursuit makes its second outing. It's not quite as neat a fit as it was with that game, and the vast modding options on each of the cars calls for the addition of a performance index that can muddy the leaderboards. But it's a welcome feature, and it's backed up by some other multiplayer staples. Shift 2 Unleashed is a violent and immersive racing game that recreates a driving experience like no other on the market. It builds well on the first Shift's foundations, but its handling is too loose and the step forwards too small for it truly to be a Gran Turismo and Forza beta. What it is though, is a solid and unique entry in a series that's going from strength to strength.